Hello, welcome back to Bame Farm. We're having a rather not spring day today. Super windy, kind of chilly. Hopefully you can hear me and it's not too windy. I'm trying to stay out of the wind at the corner of the house here. But behind me we have Dad's truck. An '04 Ford F-250 Super Duty. And yeah, you see a little bit of rust there on the wheel well. But we're going to be doing a bit of a makeover. We have an easy dumper that we found, and we want a dump bed. Might be nice for hauling grain in, for getting stuff out of the bed if I have to haul round bales, or when we go to get mulch or compost for the vegetables and raised beds. So this is going to be an entertaining project. I've already got the proper socket to go in the bed bolts. And, however, we have this bed protector in the way, and the cap's on, but the cap will at least keep me out of the wind for a while I'm working in here. Another reason why we're putting a different bed on, yeah, the tailgate won't latch properly, so we have these lovely straps to keep the tailgate up. And the tailgate's been bent. It wants to fall off on me. So we're going to do a little bit of modifications, I guess. As Soybean Farmer calls it, OEM, old equipment made to work. The truck's not that old, but we definitely use it as a truck. The bed gets used. It's a farm truck. It's not a pretty boy truck. It's brown. There's nothing pretty about that. We got it so it matched dirt. Well, we'll see you guys along as we have fun with this disassemble and creativity. Well, we're getting down underneath here. Have my syringe of WD-40 trying to find the bed bolts, and maybe I'll be able to pull a couple loose instead of cutting them. Way up in there. That one actually looks pretty good. I might have a chance on that front one. And maybe this back one back here. The disappointing part is looking across. Fuel tank's in the way. And unfortunately, that socket that I found is the right size. So I got a little Torx driver wrench, and I need to find an extension. I had a stupid feeling this was going to happen. Yep. Broke it off. There's a good chance they are plenty rusty. Let's probably end up cutting them. We're not going to need them. We're going to have to do something different. Just didn't feel like using the grinder that much. Well, it's become my favorite tool. Probably shouldn't use the cutting torch because we've got the fuel tank down there. So grinder it is. I'm doing everybody a solid on this one. Eye and ear protection. Since everybody, a lot of people commented about that on some previous videos. So I'll get annoyed by wearing this stuff and hopefully being safe. I cut the bed bolts out since I broke the wrench. you see these bolts in the back? I got half of them ground off already. Half to go. Woohoo. Okay, we got all the bolts ground off. Kind of see that. Gotta take the clamps off. And I'll take the cap off. This is the first of 4 clamps. 1. Here's coming up on 2. They're 9/16. Having this ratchet wrench is lovely. You don't have to use a socket, and then there's multiple combinations. But these are all 9/16s. Get it? Now with the easy dumper, we won't have to use these clamps anymore, but we still plan on using the cap. And I'm sure we'll show that when we get there. Now the cap is ready to come off. Got the trailer in place, that's where you guys are sitting. I don't do that all the time, but when I do, I make sure it's on camera. It's much easier with the cap for my Ranger than it is for the big one on the 8-foot bed for the 250. Crawl out of there, and still got to pull the wires for the light and pull the fuel cap filler before I can pull the bed off. But we're getting there. Now I am pulling the screws that hold the fill cap for the fuel tank. There's 3 of them in here. I got this one already broke loose. It'll screw out nicely. Let's see if I can get in here for these other 2. Might need an extension for this. Everything on the front half of the truck looks good. It's not rusting out like the wheel wells here. Let's see, I think there's 200 and something thousand miles. Like we just turned 200,000 a few months ago. And we're just getting to put a new bed on it. But the front half's doing fine, and yeah, road salt. We do go out in the winter every once in a while. Okay, got that loose. Remember to pull the fuel cap before we take the bed off. And I'm fiddling around with the lights back here. Those need to be on the safe. No, they don't. Because we're not going to reuse that. Well, I'll put them in here just in case. Okay, back underneath the truck here, having some struggles. All these electrical clips. This one I'll have to take apart. It goes down to the trailer plug-in, and since that is down on the bumper, that's not coming off, we'll leave that one. This clip here goes to the lights, and we have a clip up here that goes to the tail lights for the wires. These aren't made to come apart. I mean, they will come apart. But a lot of things from the factory are one-time deals, especially our vehicles nowadays. Nobody else can work on them. Wish I would have thought of that sooner. a little gap there. Push on the tab and twist to spread it apart. Okay, those stay with the truck. That goes with the bed. Those go with the bed. I think it's time for a loader tractor. Yeah, even though I muscle man the cap off, I'm not that good to get the bed off by myself. But we've got 4 strapped down hooks in the corners. Hook a chain, lift it off. And I'll be back with some metal muscle.